Well, Texas and California have both taken big steps towards redrawing their congressional districts. Governor Gavin Newsom signed a bill yesterday to send the new map to voters, and Texas's full Senate is expected to vote on that state's plan today. Our Jason Allen sat down with Governor Greg Abbott and asked if pushing for redistricting was worth it, given the other states now trying something similar.
One of the things that was exposed in this whole process was the way that all of these blue states had already gerrymandered their states so dramatically. There's really hardly any Republicans they could squeeze out of congressional districts in those states.
And for more on this, let's go to CBS News senior White House and political correspondent Ed O'Keefe. Ed, great to see you. So let's talk about this. What comes next for Governor Newsom's redistricting plan in California, and what's been the reaction from state lawmakers?
Yeah, an important difference from what's going on in Texas, Michael, because in California, they've essentially passed a series of bills that the governor signed last night that set up a special election in November, asking voters to sideline or suspend the use of a redistricting commission until after the 2030 census and allow Democrats to draw the maps, those proposed maps on the right, that would be used next year in 2028 and in the 2030 elections. It's going to require raising hundreds of millions of dollars for this campaign to get people motivated for it, to pay for the operation of it. But that's the way it's got to be done in California. Unlike in Texas, where you saw the minority Democrats leave the state because they can use different powers that allow them to leave the state for the debate, Republicans stuck around. They weren't happy with it, and they expressed concern with this plan. Take a listen to one of those lawmakers.
Some point to Texas as a justification for this proposal, but California doesn't follow. We lead. We don't mirror dysfunction. We set the standard.
So you get the idea there. They're saying don't follow Texas's lead, try to rise above it, because in California, they had approved the use of this redistricting commission twice in the last 10 years. It's essentially a collection of Democrats, Republicans, and independents who use population data and draw the lines, and it had been supported widely by Californians, but the governor now saying we've got to try to drop that and use this Democratic method instead, uppercase Democratic, to try to stave off the Republican gains in Texas.
Well, Ed, this redistricting fight looks like it could spread to even more states. It's starting to feel like an escalating arms race. What do we know?
Yeah. So look next to the states of Missouri, Florida, and Indiana, all Republican-controlled, where governors and state legislative leaders have said they might consider making changes as well to take maybe one or two districts away from Democrats, draw them in a way where a Republican can win. Then keep an eye on New York, controlled by Democrats, and there's a state constitutional ban on doing essentially what Texas and California are now trying to do, but the governor there, Kathy Hochul, has said she may try to find a way to work around it and see if there's a way to get 3 or 4 or 5 districts in play there as well. It is a bit of an arms race. There isn't much more time, though. You've got to do this probably by the holidays this year in order to allow people to file to run, for legal pursuits to be heard, and for the lines to be set ahead of next year.
All right, Ed O'Keefe in Washington, thanks for joining us.